11 this morning.
Good morning. It is 5 o'clock on the dot, and it is a little rainy this morning, but don't let that stop you. Still get out of bed, be a little bit energetic, because we are one day closer to the weekend.
A little cooler outside today, so at least we're only a day away. Right, Sydney? As you take a live look outside at North Johnson City, and I'm looking long and hard, but I can't see any headlights out there. There we go. There's someone cruising up Roan Street.
Look, everyone got the memo. It's Thursday, it's rainy, it's cold. I'm going to start the weekend early.
You can take 5 minutes for yourself this morning.
And I'm Sydney Cameron. Amy Lynn is out getting ready for our Destination Thursday series. This week she is heading to Pigeon Forge. You sent her to Dollywood.
I sure did. I sent her to Dollywood.
Yeah, down in Pigeon Forge. So she's going to join us a little bit later this morning. But first we want to get a check on things weather-wise. A little bit of rain. And Jeremy, I heard you telling Amy yesterday that she might run into some rain down there too. At least we have the weekend to look forward to.
It's gonna be sunny. Thanks, Jeremy.
Time now is 5:02, and police in Johnson City are investigating a shooting.
We first brought you the breaking news last night at 11 o'clock.
Police in Hawkins County are investigating after a mysterious substance sent 9 people at the Rural Health Medical Center in Rogersville to the hospital. Officers responded to the call about 3:30 yesterday afternoon, saying a patient came into that facility with a strong odor on them. Investigators say the employee attending to that person, as well as other staff members, got sick. The building was evacuated after some employees complained of headaches and nausea. The 9 people who were taken to the hospital were put through a decontamination process and later discharged. A hazmat team went into the medical center to try to figure out what kind of chemical caused that reaction.
They went in and
the building was cleared, and police say the man in question has been fully cooperative. They are continuing to try to figure out what made those people sick. The Rural Health Medical Center plans to reopen this morning.
In our Crime Watch this Thursday morning, investigators charged a Carter County woman with murder following the death of her 3-year-old son.
Yeah, this comes after a 6-month-long investigation. Elizabethton police arrested 35-year-old Tabitha Sword. A Carter County grand jury indicted her on the charge of first-degree murder. News Channel 11 obtained a 911 call she made back in May in which she told dispatchers that she could not find her son.
And apparently he has opened the door.
Elizabethton police say the boy's body was found in a nearby creek. They also say the investigation produced evidence that Sword was neglectful, and that neglect led to the child's death. Sword is scheduled to appear in court for an arraignment on November 20th.
And the Washington.
After very painful layoffs, the Tennessee Board of Regents says Northeast State Community College has turned the corner financially.
But community watchdog.
Well, time now is 5:08, and Tennessee education leaders announced in October more than 9,000 TN Ready tests across the state were scored incorrectly.
Allie Hines talked with Tennessee's Commissioner of Education, who vows to fix the problem and make sure this problem doesn't happen again. What did you learn, Allie?
So Casey and Sydney, 9,400 TN Ready tests were impacted by a scanning issue that caused about 1,700 of those tests to be scored incorrectly. Candace McQueen, the Education Commissioner, to work on improving the tests moving forward in future years.
It is a mammoth undertaking. We'll give the state that. Every elementary school student from, 3rd to 12th grade taking these tests. At the same time, if they're going to gauge success on those tests, got to get it right.
Yeah.
And you're following it. Candace McQueen is doing a good job trying to get us headed in the right direction.
Yeah, hundreds of thousands of students and tests and big numbers there that they're working with. So
I will say this, as a father of a 5th and 8th grader, there were no tears shed
for not taking the
TN Ready test didn't get taken at the end of last school year. Keep us posted. No. Thanks, Allie.
Oh, man.
I take it you're not as excited, Sydney.
Not excited about the low, but, I'll be sleeping. I'll have the heat on, which, will make it feel like it never happened. I won't set foot outside.
That away. That's perfect.
If you don't go outside, it doesn't happen, right?
That's right. That's right. Well, it's going to be the chilly but sunny, and that's
sunny. That's
there you go. That's the takeaway.
Give and take.
After
so Sydney's
all
gonna have to take. Sydney's gonna have to take our word for it. Next Monday, we'll have to tell her exactly what it was like. Thanks, Jeremy.
Time now is 5:17, and coming up, we're going to take a look at news from across America.
Vice President Mike Pence made a trip to Texas in the wake.
Cuba says new rules imposed by the Trump administration is a serious reversal in ties between the two countries. The new rules make it harder for Americans to travel to Cuba and include a lengthy list of hotels and other businesses that are now off limits to U.S. citizens. They also include an export ban on any entity or sub-entity that are controlled by or work for Cuba's military, intelligence, and security services. The Treasury Department says it wants to maintain opportunities for Americans to engage in authorized travel to Cuba and support the island's private small business sector. Cuba's top diplomat for North America says the new rules will hurt Cuba's economy, Americans, and U.S. businesses. She went on to say Cuba does not plan on retaliating, saying Cuba has never imposed sanctions on the U.S. and is opposed to unilateral sanctions as a matter of principle.
It's 5:21.
Consumer Watch is next on News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities this morning. Ever dreamed of living in a life-sized Lego house? We'll tell you how you can get a chance to make that dream a reality. That's next after the break.
Well, we have just a little bit of light rain lingering this morning, but not for much longer. A couple more hours and then we'll dry out. And actually, we're talking about a clearing sky later today. We'll have more on that next.
This morning in our Consumer Watch, Sears and Kmart are putting everything on sale ahead of the holiday season.
Don't let my wife know this. Everything is on sale. Then we want one of everything. Struggling brands making big changes, which could mean big savings for shoppers. Mary Maloney has more.
Okay, so I think I might help them out and do some Christmas shopping.
That's the best way, is we'll head over to Sears right up the street here
Yeah.
and do our part. A lot of stuff in there that I always have my eye on.
And then do some online shopping for Kmart because we don't have one in Johnson City.
Not anymore.
Yeah. And speaking of the holidays, online shopping and delivery just got a little easier for a lot of people.
Amazon Key now available in 37 cities. The service enables.
Well, those cool Star Wars laser fights in midair could be real one day. The Air Force is actually working with Lockheed Martin to develop high-energy laser weapon systems for its fighter jets. The platform has been dubbed Lance. That stands for Laser Advancements for Next Generation Compact Environment. A laser mounted on a jet immediately brings to mind images from Star Wars. How could it not? The Air Force apparently wants to one day use the lasers for self-defense. The weapon system will supposedly protect forces from missiles and drones. Researchers will work on beam control and firing and creating a jet-mounted pod system to power and cool the laser. The military is hoping to test a system on a tactical fighter jet by 2021.
That's high-tech stuff.
Oh, yeah.
As long as it has the sound effects, just like Star Wars. Pew, pew.
Makes it that much better. Well, check this out. How would you like to live in a life-sized Lego house? Families can try to win a free overnight stay here at the newly built Lego house in Denmark. The structure is filled with 25 million Lego bricks. This contest is a partnership between Lego and Airbnb. To enter, you just have to answer one question. If you had an unlimited supply of Lego bricks, what would you build?
I'd have to build one thing with an unlimited supply of Lego
Let me
bricks.
guess, a football stadium.
You know, you got it.
I knew it.
But first thing I thought was a football stadium, and then I went with, well, I'd have to build a lot of stadiums because I have unlimited supply.
Build one that everyone in every city in the U.S.
And I'd have to put people in all of them.
Yeah.
But then I thought I have an unlimited supply, so go with a big city. And then I thought, why not, Hong Kong on a busy Tuesday afternoon?
Recreate the whole world.
Why does Denmark have something? Why doesn't the U.S. have something like this?
Because clearly we don't love Legos as much as
Well,
Denmark.
we do love
That's in the
Legos. I think the weather's more conducive to live in a Lego house in Denmark, actually.
I mean,
it would be cool, though.
It would. I mean, just look at the, the house. That looks pretty impressive, that T-Rex that they had and everything. So the answers for what would you do if you had an unlimited supply of Legos, they're going to be judged on originality and creativity. The winning family is going to be flown out to that house. They're going to be treated to a lot of great stuff, a personal tour. They're also going to get a special meal. What would you do if you had an unlimited supply?
I don't know. I mean, I know my son, he's a Lego fanatic.
What would he make?
Lego Ninjago. He's into Lego Ninjago.
Yeah, I love it. Legos.
So he would, you know, he just sits there and puts that, you know, 200 or 300 piece Lego and did about 5 minutes.
What about
Isn't
the
it
solar
amazing
system?
watching
Yes.
how quickly they
Amazing.
can manage those projects and get them together? If I lived in the Lego house, one issue I would have, I would always be walking around the house like making sure the bricks were pushed tightly together the entire time.
Otherwise
I'd
you'd
be
be
looking
stubbing
around for
your
just little
toe.
creases in those Lego bricks.
They hurt. They hurt something terrible. I know.
Oh man, yeah, gotta make sure you don't step on one.
Yeah. So we're also kind of hurting a little bit because this rain is
I
sticking
know, it's been a
around.
long, cloudy,
leak
dismal
in our
week,
Lego,
hasn't it?
Lego house.
So we're going to enjoy some sunshine coming up tomorrow, but no downpours tonight.
You know, I still cannot believe of all the things that I could build with my Legos, you guessed exactly the first thing that popped in my
Because
brain.
I know you,
Am I that
Casey.
simple? Am I that
No. We just talk a lot during the commercial breaks, so I know what you're passionate about. Let's go with that.
Man, I'd build a football stadium, that's for sure.
Which one?
I'd start with University of Nebraska.
I knew it. I
Go
was
with
gonna
the
say
Arrowhead
it.
where the Chiefs played. We'd work out from there.
Oh, my
Maybe end with the
goodness.
Roman Coliseum.
Hey, gotta
Go
reach
with
for the
Neyland
sky.
Stadium, Green Stadium, the list goes on and on.
Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Just gonna throw that in there, maybe. Maybe you can do it for me.
I would.
Perfect. Time now is 5:35. Make sure you stay with us. News Channel 11 and ABC Tri-Cities this morning. We'll be right back. Some parents and teachers are frustrated and want answers after a second consecutive year of problems with the state's TN Ready assessment.
Yeah, Ellie Hines found out how the state's top education leaders are trying to move forward with this issue.
Yeah, Casey and Sydney, TN Ready is the state's achievement test in reading and writing and math for grades 3 through 11. And this year, a scanning issue affected more than 9,000 TN Ready tests.
Right Now News, brought to you by Toyota.
This morning, 3 inmates are on the run in Tennessee after a bold escape, and now one of them is on the state's top 10 most wanted list. Take a look at the inmates that escaped from the Macon County Jail, which is about an hour northeast of Nashville. The Macon County Sheriff says they escaped by removing a speaker and going through a hole in the wall in a closet. They then dropped down into a hallway and went out the door. It's believed they stole a truck from one of their uncles. Officers have recovered that truck this morning. Now, one of the inmates, Dylan Ferguson, was reportedly awaiting trial for murder. That's him right there on your screen. Ferguson has now been added to the TBI's top 10 most wanted list. The other 2 were being held on drug and theft convictions. The sheriff's office has called in state investigators to help find the inmates.
Now, Storm Team 11 meteorologist Jeremy Eisenzoff.
Next week. And of course, you can connect with us digitally, our mobile app, downloadable from our website at WJHL.com.
A nice finish to the week. That's all we can ask for.
Great finish.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Well, after the break, we're going to share some guaranteed good news with you this morning.
We'll tell you how you can help one young man.
It is time for some guaranteed good news this morning.
We love guaranteed good news. This, the best of the best. A local boy faced a leukemia diagnosis at only 4 years old. Now he's making a difference in the lives of other children.
Yeah, and he's working to bring joy to other children faced with hospitalization during the holidays.
Yeah, they're really excited. They're like, whoa, like that, yeah.
Whoa, that's their reaction, and rightfully so. Avery Armstrong defeated leukemia, and now he's a 5th grader at Chuckey Elementary School. He and his family are bringing joy to children at area hospitals for the 4th year through the Avery Armstrong Toy Drive.
It's just a wonderful ministry that he started, and we're just hoping we can continue this this mission that he's got to give back, because they've given us so much and so much hope.
Avery's goal this year is to collect 3,000 new unopened toys. You can find where to donate on his Facebook page. Just search Team Avery.
Now, what's really whoa is the fact that he's so young and he's so ambitious doing this toy drive because he wants to help other kids.
And really helping adults, open their giving heart. So after that diagnosis, he is really doing great things for the community.
They're really teaching us how to give back to the community. That's a great example.
Reason for the season, no doubt.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right, so we are looking for some rain to move out of the area.
Yeah, just a little bit of rain early,
Okay.
and you know it's been kind of a miserable week. Let's just
A little raw, no
yeah.
doubt about it.
But bearable.
We're going to start clearing out, get a little crisp out there tonight, tomorrow. So I think we're all.
We are getting ready to take you on a trip this morning. It's all part of our Destination Thursdays.
Amy and I picking secret destinations to help each other explore the region. And this morning, I sent Amy to Pigeon Forge, and that's where she is right now with a preview of what you can expect in our 6 o'clock hour.